Breaking into tech sales can double or triple your earnings, and today we explore the secrets behind achieving this success in a lucrative field. I'm joined by Gabe Marzano from Double Triple here in the studio. Great to see you.
Thanks, Aaron, for having me.
Now, you have an incredible story, a $100 million cybersecurity business. What did you do to achieve this? What steps and strategies?
I just realised there were companies out there like Wiz who grew from zero to $100 million within 18 months and recently got acquired for over $30 billion by Google. And for me, coming out of the army into tech sales, I just thought there's so much more out there and I want to be a part of that.
Yeah, I guess what was the reason for you to, that's a massive leap, a massive jump.
I got very curious and interested in cybersecurity in business technology, and I just knew I could take my income from really $100,000 in the army into really doubling and tripling and moving into that 500K pathway over about a 5 to 7 year horizon. And I just knew tech sales was for me because I had an abundance mindset and I knew that there was just so much more out there in the technology and the innovation landscapes.
So from the Australian Defence Force to the idea of cyber security force and that jump there, talk to us about your experience in the ADF and, as I say, an Army executive officer to then take that into the business world. What was that like, and what, I suppose, opportunities did that help to bring?
Certainly. Well, coming from the Defence Force and in the military was very much a national security mindset. And so moving that into a mindset around cybersecurity was really just applying more digital and frontier technology ways of skill sets and thinking. And so taking my experiences, realizing who I was as a person and the backgrounds, the skill sets that I had, and then moving into the cybersecurity domain was just something that I knew could be highly transferable. And then coming in and working in the technology industry, there's a lot of veterans, there's a highly defensive mindset related to cybersecurity. And we can see with the proliferation of AI as well, cybersecurity has never been more critical.
And the military is changing. We're seeing that in the Middle East, we're seeing that in Ukraine, more about drones, more about cybersecurity, more about things that don't actually involve human combat so much, and the kind of behind the scenes work as well. But having, I would imagine, that understanding of how people operate, it's still people behind the scenes, right?
That's right. It's kinetic warfare back in the day, which is very much the person-to-person hand combat into, machine guns, artillery.
Sounds very much like tech leadership.
No, it is today, absolutely. But we talk about the fifth domain in cybersecurity, which you think about from a military perspective is very much land warfare, aerospace, even into the space frontier now. But the cybersecurity element to that and the technologies associated with cyber warfare today, as you describe, Aaron, very much drone warfare. There's just it's a very, very blended mix in terms of that adversarial attacker versus defender, which we see play out in the cyber world.
And what's interesting here as well is that tech sales jobs are often overlooked by people. When we think about tech jobs, we think about maybe software engineering, but the idea of sales in tech, talk to me about that and what you've found so rewarding.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the number one myth that we debunk every day is that you have to have sales experience or backgrounds to move into tech sales.
We're all salespeople one way or another,
right? Which is not the case, exactly. It's a lot about the human-to-human connection, building relationships, communication skills. I heard you before talking about, will AI displace jobs? We see the largest tech companies in the world, Salesforce, Atlassian, Cloudflare, very publicly coming out and saying that AI has literally made jobs obsolete, 1,100 of them. But the big kicker is that revenue-generating tech sales roles are on the rise, and almost for every one job that's being displaced in the technical and the engineering domains, another 2 jobs in sales are being created because you can't replace communication and sales at the end of the day. AI agents can't sell.
Oh, 100%. And Gabe, I suppose what you're looking at is if the tool can replace you, sell the tool.
That's right. It has never necessitated more of an urgency for people to really reskill. You think about it at a high level. Exactly. So you need to learn AI native skills. This is what we represent at Double Triple as well. And really moving in as AI to augment your job and become really future-proofed in a career in tech sales.
Well, talk to us about Double Triple, how it's actually helping people who are wanting to make the leap, wanting to make the change, but do the old, I'm not a salesperson, as you mentioned. What do you do to help?
Absolutely. So we're on a mission to become the #1 tech sales advisory firm in the world. And the way we're doing that is helping people to double and triple their income and make a really meaningful impact in their life. We've been able to help someone with a personal training background make a move from about $80,000 a year into about $110,000 for a big global tier 1 tech company. We've helped people from childcare, call centers, make a move and double their income. And even people that do have skill sets or sales backgrounds, whether that's in real estate, Blake recently moving into possibly the most exciting cybersecurity startup in the world and being able to do so with that transition and just really, at the end of the day, helping them to move into a future-proof career and make the most of their life.
I love hearing your passion for this and the fact that you've done this yourself as well. Talk to us about what you see AI's role in, I guess, transforming enterprise sales too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a lot to that question to unpack, but we think about the enterprise and very much strategic accounts across the region globally. Every single organisation today has a mandate either from the CEO or the board, top down, to implement AI in
Bring
the
it
business.
in.
Absolutely. So from a sales perspective or from a partnering perspective into those organisations, you want to bring an insight and value around AI, talk the vernacular and talk about how AI can really transform the business operation today, because there's a whole new frontier associated with technology that can transform outcomes for any enterprise today.
Gabe, you've done a wonderful job explaining it. If people want to get in touch and find out more from Double Triple, where can they go?
Absolutely, Double Triple website, but even better, search Gabe Marzano on LinkedIn or reach out to us on the social channels.
Gabe, appreciate your time on Ticker. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Aaron.